Skimmers.
Nearly 1 out of 4 drivers will have their trust shattered by a car scam or theft. Think about that statistic. While some crimes are unavoidable, others are designed to exploit your very instincts, leaving you feeling violated and fooled. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on 13 shocking car scams that are more sinister than you think. We're going from deceptively simple cons to elaborately staged crashes that can wipe out your life savings without warning. But you need to stay until the end. For the one scam so devastating that its victims often find themselves facing jail time. Scam number 13, the windshield money trap. If you see a $100 bill on your windshield, don't get out. It's not your lucky day. It's a setup. This scam is as bold as it is dangerous. You hop into your car on a chilly morning, start the engine, and spot a crisp $100 tucked under the wiper. Most people instinctively jump out to grab it, leaving their car running and unlocked. That's all it takes. In seconds, a thief slips into your car, locks the doors, and drives off. You lose your car, your valuables, and maybe your peace of mind, all because of a fake bill. This isn't a rumor. It's been happening in real cities, Atlanta, Chicago, and more as recently as 2023. And here's the terrifying part. These cars weren't parked in random places. They were sitting right in front of people's homes, which means the criminals knew exactly where you live. Authorities have confirmed it. The Atlanta Sheriff's Department has warned drivers. If you see suspicious money on your windshield, call 911. Don't play detective. Don't try to be smart. Just stay inside your car and drive to a safe spot before inspecting anything. And here's one more kicker. If you try to spend that money, it's probably counterfeit. That could land you in jail. Bottom line, nobody leaves free money on your car. That kind of thinking will cost you everything. And if you're that naive, then you'll probably also fall for the next scam. Scam number 12, the wave on intersection scam. Wondering why your car insurance keeps getting more expensive? According to the FBI, scams like this are part of the problem. You're at an intersection. The other driver has the right of way, but instead of going, they give you a friendly wave to proceed. Looks polite, right? Wrong. As soon as you inch forward, they slam into you, then claim you ignored the rules and caused the crash. Even if you call the cops, their story checks out. Worse, your insurance company likely sides with them. This staged accident scam costs the industry over $20 billion annually, and you're footing the bill with higher premiums. One family in New York executed this so perfectly, they defrauded insurers out of $6 million. Don't fall for it. Do this. Never trust a wave at intersections. If they have the right of way, let them go. Or better yet, record everything. Invest in a dash cam. You can get a solid one for $40 or a high-end model for $200. Either way, it'll pay for itself the first time someone tries to rip you off. A dash cam will also come in handy for the next scam. Scam number 11, fake antifreeze leak. This one mostly targets women, and it's disturbingly effective. You're walking to your car in a public spot like a mall or rest stop. When a stranger flags you down, they point to a colorful puddle under your car. Looks like you've got an antifreeze leak. Sounds serious, and technically it is. Coolant leaks can lead to overheating and expensive engine damage, but this is a setup. The scammer convinces you to pop the hood and maybe even rev the engine. While you're distracted, they secretly loosen your radiator cap. A bit more fluid drips out and suddenly it looks like your car is hemorrhaging coolant. Good news, they just happen to be a mechanic, and for a small fee, they'll fix it. One scammer in the Bronx, known locally as Mike, used this tactic for months, making off with $380 each time. Here's how to beat it. Never open your hood for a stranger. If someone points out a leak, thank them, but drive straight to a trusted mechanic. Your engine won't explode in the next 5 minutes, but your wallet might. What makes this one worse? It's often pulled where you feel safest, and what's next is even sneakier. Scam number 10, the gas pump hustle. Gas stations are hunting grounds for scammers. Over 8,000 cars are stolen from pumps every year. But that's just the start. The real threat, card skimmers. These devices are quietly slipped into credit card readers, and they steal your payment info the second you swipe. Between 2022 and 2023, these scams surged by 39%. According to the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, Each skimmer can generate up to $1 million in fraudulent charges. Think about that. One pump, one swipe, your bank account wiped out. And don't assume you can spot it. Some skimmers are so well hidden, even trained eyes miss them. But if the card reader feels loose or bulky, or there's no security tape on the panel, walk away. Don't risk it. Then there's the friendly helper scam. Someone offers to pump gas for you. Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. After you're done, they don't return the nozzle. They use your paid fuel to fill other people's tanks for cash. You could lose hundreds, sometimes thousands, without even knowing it. Now here's how to protect yourself. Never pay at the pump. Go inside and use a credit card, not debit. Credit cards have stronger fraud protection. Debit cards, once the money's gone, it's gone. Lock your doors. Gas stations are perfect setups for distraction thefts. While one scammer chats you up, another is snatching your purse, phone, or wallet right from your car. Remember this advice because it can save you in the next scenario. Scam number 9, the plastic bottle on the tire. Now we're stepping into really dangerous territory. This trap is designed strictly for carjacking. It is more common in parking lots with poor lighting and security. Here's how it works. The robber puts a plastic bottle near the front or rear passenger tire. They're looking for a spot you won't immediately notice before you get into your car. As you drive off, you'll hear a weird crinkling sound near one of your wheels. Without thinking, the unsuspecting driver jumps out of their car while leaving the engine running. But by the time they've gone to the other side to inspect it, the thief has jumped in and your car is gone. This scam originated in South Africa in 2018, so it's one of the newest on the list. Ironically, it only gained momentum after someone shared how it works on social media. My scam protection tip: never park in secluded spots. If it's not out in the open, make sure it's well lit, has active security guards and CCTV. Next, if you hear a strange sound from your wheel, you have enough time to move to a safer location, such as your house, before inspecting it. Scam number 8, the flat tire setup. Here's a golden oldie that remains as common today because it boasts an exceptionally high success rate. You come out of the store, and as you're about to get into your car, someone tells you that you have a flat. They also offer to change the tire or direct you to their store to make sure it's not a puncture. In reality, this helpful stranger had let the air out of your tire. But how can you be sure? Well, tires don't go flat instantly. The tire pressure monitoring system light will illuminate as soon as the tire pressure drops below the normal level. If you didn't see the light on your dashboard before entering the store, then someone may have intentionally deflated your tire. In that case, tell them you're going to call the cops because you believe someone vandalized your vehicle and watched them skittle. Unfortunately, you'll still be left with a flat tire. Prevention tip: always have a portable air compressor in your car. They cost as little as $15, so you have no excuse. Secondly, check your tire pressure every month. The right PSI will save you hundreds of dollars in repair costs. Watch our video on 17 car tire mistakes you're making right now to know more. Scam number 7, the impending danger trick. Nothing induces panic more than a motorist flagging you down and pointing in shock at something at the back of your car. What could it be? Is your tire about to burst? Is your car on fire? Could there be a loose bolt on your wheel? No, it's just a scam. And here's how it works. The scammer targets people on lonely roads or areas with poor visibility, so you can't see their accomplice hiding around the corner. Once you park your car in a panic, their partner opens your passenger door and steals whatever valuables you've left in plain sight. Handbags, phones, wallet, or any cash you leave in your glove box will be gone in seconds. The Better Business Bureau has been warning about variations of this scam for years. Roadside assistance scams also leave you vulnerable to car theft and fraudulent repair charges. What to do instead? Your car does a better job of warning you of danger than a stranger. So, when someone flags you down, acknowledge what they're saying with a wave, but keep driving. When you get to a secure location, inspect your car just in case your vehicle's computer missed an alert. Scam number 6, the chatty helper. Who doesn't love a friendly conversation when your hands are full of grocery bags? Or someone asking for directions while you're trying to get your kids into their car seats on a hot summer day. That is what makes this scam very popular. And here is how it works. The scammer sees you visibly stressed out trying to get into your car, and they ask for your help with something innocuous. However, they've waited until you unlocked your car. They might even clumsily try to help you unpack your groceries. What you don't know is that their accomplice has lifted your wallet, purse, phone, or anything else you left unattended. And if you just used your card inside the store, they might have watched you input your PIN. A man in Southern California recently lost $6,000 to this type of scam. Police departments across the country have warned against distraction thefts for decades, but the issue has worsened in some regions. Here's how to stay safe. Lock your car doors when talking to strangers. If someone approaches you, you can tell them to wait until you're seated. You can then open the window a crack and answer their questions. Scam number 5, the tow truck trap. Did you know that the automobile towing industry in the US brings in a whopping $14.5 billion a year? That's 4 times more than the combined total of every other country. That's because millions of Americans are now falling victim to predatory towing practices. These scams come in various forms and can be a nightmare to escape. The first scam involves seemingly legitimate parking spaces. The lot might have confusing or poorly visible signs, so by the time you come back to your car, it's gone. These predatory towers won't even allow you to get your wallet or your medication from your car until you pay an outrageous fee. Another scam involves car breakdowns. You call for a tow and the truck miraculously comes early. They then insist on taking your car to a specific lot or auto shop. If you don't know the law, you can fall for this. By regulation, a tow truck must take your vehicle to the destination you choose. Period. While you might not be able to contest the charge, you will protect yourself from further losses by going to a dodgy mechanic. Speaking of, do you know these 13 mechanic scams everyone falls for? If not, watch this video. What to do instead. When you call for roadside assistance, ask the dispatcher for the name of the tow company being sent, the driver's name, and the estimated time of arrival. Verify that information before you let the tower touch your car. And when you park in a private lot, take pictures of the parking rules and your car before you leave. If you can't see any clear signs, don't park there. Speaking about parking in dodgy places. Scam number 4, the fake parking ticket trick. Unlike other scams that cost a few hundred, this one can wipe you out in days. Here's how it works. You return to your car and find what appears to be an official parking ticket on your windshield. It features the municipality's logo and a QR code or website link for easy payment. Obviously, you don't want this hanging over your head, and paying it immediately can save you a lot of money, or so you think. Once you make the payment, the scammers now have your payment details. If you're lucky, they might only be interested in the fine. If you're not, there's no telling how much money they'll take from your card. The BBB has been warning families about this because it's difficult to tell a fake ticket from a real one. How to beat this scam? Don't pay fines via QR codes. Go online and search for the official city or county website. Then search for the ticket by your license plate number. If it doesn't come up, it's not a real ticket. High-tech scams can be particularly scary due to their convincing nature. And the next scam is one of the worst. Scam number 3, the keyless entry jam. Here's a stat that might keep you up at night. 96% of keyless entry systems are vulnerable to relay car theft. This is a highly sophisticated trick that works in 2 ways. The first way is when thieves use a relay attack. They're able to use your keys to unlock your car from a distance. It could be while you're asleep, for example, or even in a coffee shop. Once they gain access, they hack into your car's computer and drive away. The second method uses an entry jam that prevents you from locking your car. Your car will chirp and the lights might flash, but it'll still be open. An old-school version of this involves a coin behind the door handle. What to do instead? If you live in a high-risk area, store your keys in a Faraday pouch at night. And when you lock your car, always double-check to ensure that the doors are indeed locked. Although this scam can be expensive, at least it doesn't wreck your credit score like the next one. Scam number 2, the VIN cloning racket. Imagine you're at home enjoying a nice relaxing evening when all of a sudden a debt collector and a tow truck show up outside your door. They say you've taken a loan against your car and you're past the repayment date. The only problem is that you never took out a loan. This isn't a plot from a movie. It is a common occurrence thanks to VIN cloning rackets. Houston PD says they see this at least once a week. Florida is another popular hotspot for VIN cloning. In some cases, the driver is unaware that a lien exists on their vehicle until they attempt to sell it. Here's how it works. The fraudsters obtain your VIN, which is visible on the windshield, and then create a duplicate title for your car. VIN cloning can also be used to hide stolen cars. They use the VIN of a similar car, make, model, and color, and everything looks fine until one of you tries to renew your registration. You could then hear that your car was totaled and there had been an insurance payout. This is how you stop it. When buying a car, ensure all the VINs match and run a vehicle history report. If you own a nice car, you could also register for title monitoring services. It can cost up to $100 per year. But is it worth the peace of mind? You decide. Scam number 1, the fake parking lot accident. Last but not least is another low-tech, high-payout scam, and it's nasty. While you're out shopping, a scammer will park next to your car and scratch it with a tool that matches their car color. By the time you get to your car, you'll find a couple screaming at you for damaging their ride. The front or rear of their vehicle will be severely damaged, and the scratch marks make it seem like you did it. They aim to scare you into paying them cash to cover the repair costs quickly or risk a huge dent to your insurance premium. Embarrassed and trying to avoid a scene, many people give in. However, in one case, the staged accident resulted in a $650,000 payout. In that situation, calling the cops didn't make a difference. So, what can you do? Always park as far away from other vehicles as possible and as close to the front of the store as possible. More importantly, buy a high-quality dash cam with audio recording. This will provide irrefutable proof regardless of the number of so-called witnesses. So there you have it. These 13 scams are costing insurers and motorists billions of dollars a year and a lot of emotional trauma. So, don't be one of them. While these tips won't guarantee that you'll never fall victim, they will drastically reduce the odds. If you want to protect your car even better, watch this video. 19 tricks to stop car theft in 3 seconds, guaranteed.